Naruto finally decides to let Kurama out of the cage. All that and more in this week's action-packed and emotional episode of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. This is an episode that I was definitely looking forward to, finally getting to see Naruto in action in the Boruto anime series. And frankly, it didn't disappoint. The overall image of Naruto actually transforming with Kurama in tow and extending all of those massive, illuminating, super powerful Kurama chakra arms is honestly one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. It's like watching a peacock on fire as he explodes out of a volcano. Maybe not that epic, but still, you gotta admit, Naruto in this episode was pretty damn good. And this week's episode was pretty damn solid. So what's going on in this week's episode of Boruto? Well, Sarada Uchiha and Chocho Akimichi are going on a personal journey. Chocho's is kind of fruitless as she is looking for her true father, although it's probably going to disappoint her when she realizes that Choji was her father all along. How she couldn't tell this? I don't know, maybe she's just stupid. But she actually was pretty cool and pretty funny in this episode. Then, of course, there is Sarada Uchiha, who's going on this journey to try and find her father, Sasuke Uchiha. She hasn't seen him in an incredibly long amount of time, she barely remembers him, and she has a pretty good opportunity to actually meet up with him, because Naruto, the 7th Hokage, is actually getting ready to go and meet with Sasuke, because Sasuke has made a very ghastly discovery. Apparently there are these group of assailants out there that actually have the power of the Sharingan and could very well be an offshoot of the Uchiha clan, even claiming to be from the same clan, and seeming to look up a lot to Itachi Uchiha, a very instrumental character in the Naruto series. One of them is revealed in this episode. It's actually the guy who was attacking Sasuke in the last episode, and he goes by the name of Shin Uchiha. And this guy's got a pretty interesting design, to say the least. He's basically an albino Sharingan user, but I really do love the fact that he has a unique gimmick outside of just having the Sharingan eyes, which have the ability to transform in the Mangekyo Sharingan into a form that we've never actually seen before, where they basically dilate completely. His eyes practically become completely black with just a little red ring around the outside with a few prongs sticking out. It's a very interesting Mangekyo Sharingan that we've never actually seen from the series, and aside from actually having this ability, he also has the ability to control weapons in a number of different ways. In fact, he actually tries to attack Naruto, Sarada, and Chocho with this massive windmill shuriken, which can actually separate into different pieces, and all of it will fly towards his opponents, kind of like shrapnel from a grenade. It's pretty damn awesome. But of course, Naruto is in this episode, so he is able to actually save Sarada and Chocho from this would-be attacker. And of course, this scene is really great because it's the first time that we've truly seen Naruto in action in the series, him actually going up against an opponent. And it's very obvious that Naruto is not even trying against Shin Uchiha. He's barely even moving in this fight, basically standing in one place and allowing his chakra arms to do all of the work. And he doesn't even really have to go 100% against Shin Uchiha, and he's more interested really in who this guy is, where he's coming from, and what his overall motives is. He's even sort of impressed by his battle abilities, which shows that Naruto probably just wants to save this guy and bring him under his wing, because that's just what Naruto does. But like I said, this is all like a big lead up to this scene. The beginning of the episode is all about Sarada and Chocho leaving the village, and there's this nice little tense scene between Sarada and Boruto, where Boruto decides that he's going to deliver some lunch to his father, but of course his father has already left, and he's being super pissy about it, as he always is. But Sarada decides that she actually wants to deliver it to him, knowing that this is something that was made specifically for him by someone that is in love with him. It's something that would mean a lot to him, and because she's so desperate to actually have like a loving family relationship with her father, she decides this is the perfect opportunity to do this, but also to kill two birds with one stone because she knows she's going to run into Naruto, who's eventually going to take them all to Sasuke. And that leads to that great scene where Sarada and Chocho are attacked by Shin. Naruto comes out like the white knight that he is, transforms, kicks ass, and then Shin Uchiha makes a pretty quick escape. It's also worth mentioning that Shin at the beginning of the episode and halfway through is able to escape with a teleportation jutsu, which is used by this weird, creepy little monster creature. I don't even know what this thing is, but it kind of reminds me of, like, the spawn of the Ten Tails. It has the same overall aesthetic to it and look, but it also has this, like, weird twisted face with the nose being on one side, one gigantic eye, kind of like a Cyclops, and a really creepy mouth. But it's able to basically communicate with Shin Uchiha as well as allowing him to escape. And Shin Uchiha actually has someone who is leading him, his father, so to speak, another mysterious Sharingan user who has plans to not only revive the freaking Uchiha clan, but maybe even another certain organization from the original series. At the very end of the episode, Naruto, Sarada, and Chocho finally arrive where they're going to meet Sasuke. And Sarada is so excited that she basically makes up this whole plan where she's going to go and take a piss in the middle of the woods. She decides to jump through some trees, inadvertently activate her Sharingan due to the extreme emotion, where she runs into her father in the darkness, who suddenly attacks her with a sword, thinking that Sarada could very well be one of the same people who attacked him in the forest earlier. Ending this week's episode. So, what's the rundown? On this week's episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, I loved this episode a lot. I especially love how fast this plot is going. They have already gone through about 4 chapters of a 10-chapter arc in the span of 2 episodes, so the pacing has been fantastic so far. What I also love about this episode is just Sarada herself, getting to see her character growth, and getting to see her go through all these various emotions, where this time, she seems to be having a great effect on Boruto, who at first just sees her as kind of a weird girl, but he can sort of like feel out what her emotions are during this arc as he's actually going after Naruto and trying to find Sasuke. It's a really nice, touching moment between these two characters, which could have escalated into something that could have gone in a completely different area, but I'm glad they handled it the way they did in this episode right here. Chocho also added a lot of comedy to this episode, as she usually does, but I just think it's really funny that she's just such a stereotypical fat character. She can't run, she always gets tired, she can barely keep up with freaking Naruto and Sarada the entire time, she's constantly huffing and puffing and not liking the situation that she's in at all. She needs to get her ass in shape, because as I recall, Choji was pretty good at sort of running through the woods and jumping through trees without getting too tired. It looks like this generation of ninjas has gotten just a little bit more lazy. That and the fact that mostly it's just because Chocho is played for laughs. And to be honest, I love Chocho. I think she's a really funny character. I hated her in the manga series. I've grown to love her in the anime series right here. And she was actually surprisingly useful in the battle against Shin Uchiha, despite the fact that both her and Sarada were sort of soundly defeated by him and had to be saved by Naruto. But aside from that, I love all of the little moments between Naruto, Sarada, and Chocho. I especially love that Naruto decides to start talking about his past a little bit, his rivalry with Sasuke, and of course just talking about why him and Sasuke are so different while also they're so similar at the same time. And you can tell that this is something that's really impressing Sarada quite a bit. She almost sort of sees Naruto as a father figure, and it's only amplifying her excitement to actually see her father, which by the end of the episode ends with a really great cliffhanger. And like I said, it's also worth mentioning, she activates her Sharingan for the very first time in this episode. And this is like stage 1 Sharingan, like red eye, 1 black mark, that's about it. She is still in the very early stages of mastering one of the craziest techniques from the entire series. Very much a fledgling ninja. I also really love the villains in this episode. I love Shin Uchiha and his father. I love the weird hideout they're in, which is unlike anything that we've ever seen from the series. Just oh so distinctive and cool. The perfect little villain's lair, and I can't wait to learn a little bit more about their personal motivations and what they have planned for Sarada Uchiha. Why would they go after another member of the Uchiha clan? Do they want to kill her? Do they want to steal her eyes? Do they want to extract some secrets from her to learn a little bit more about Sasuke? As of course, they do want to get revenge against Sasuke because they are convinced that he is the one who did kill Itachi. And while you could argue that battle technically ended in a stalemate and Itachi didn't really want to even kill Sasuke in the first place, this is information that they are not privy to. So we still have a lot more to learn about these brand new enemies who, frankly, are going to be really fun, so let's just get excited. The next couple episodes, as far as I'm concerned, are almost going to be entirely filled with awesome ninja action. So let's get pumped up for that one. This was a great, emotional, action-packed episode that is definitely worth your time if you're following the series, and that is why I'm going to give this one right here a 5 out of 5. Nothing super groundbreaking, but everything that was here was super entertaining. It's moving the story along, it's building upon the characters, has a great cliffhanger ending, and frankly, seeing Naruto back in action is just nostalgic and badass. So check it out, Naruto fans! Check it out, Boruto fans! If any of you did watch this episode, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. Make sure to tell me your favorite parts about this episode, whether they be action scenes, the return of Naruto, the great emotional moments with Sarada, or maybe just the goofy moments with Chocho. Maybe you didn't like this episode. Make sure to tell me all of your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all again for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things Boruto manga and anime related. And of course, make sure to take your nearest shuriken, throw it right down to that like button. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with all of your friends. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and as always, stay dandy, baby.